Because you want cookies more than muffins. Okay, cookies it is. You ready to start, Finn? Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's video. I'm making sugar cookies because it has been a stressful week. We need to stress bake, so we're doing it together. Without further ado, let's start. Looks a little better. I don't know how that's gonna sound. We'll figure it out later. Oh, there's a cat that wants to come in. The mic hit me in the throat and it scared me. No big deal. These two. Now, there's your cup. There's your spoons. And something to weigh things on. We're gonna start with the cream cheese. This is the laughing cow one. Because it's the one that's safe. You have to turn on the weigher. 3 ounces. Yeah, use this one because other cream cheeses have gums in them for stabilizing purposes. Does this one have gum? No, this doesn't have gum in it. So that's why I use this one for my cream cheese needs. Where's the opening? There it is. Pull the thing. It was camouflaged, I couldn't see it. How many ounces? 3 ounces. My brain is all over the place. It's about 2, 2.5. Don't always rip. I got cream cheese all over me. Is that 325 close enough? I'm gonna have to throw everything away. Now, this cream cheese is meant to be softened. I'm gonna put it in the microwave. Don't tell anybody. I'm supposed to set it out 30 seconds. But I didn't do that. Because this was a last minute decision. I also need 8 tablespoons of melted butter. Uh-oh. I thought this had butter in it. No. No. This has been planned well. All we have is tub butter, and it's salted technically, but I don't think that matters. I just have to measure. I'm gonna weigh it. I have a little thing over here that tells me 8 tablespoons, roughly 4 ounces. So I'm gonna use my weigher and measure 4 ounces of butter. This is how we problem solve. Should also problem solve by not keeping empty boxes in the fridge, but that's a problem for another day. This is a lot of freaking butter. I don't know why I'm surprised. Is this gonna be the whole tub? That's how much left. So almost a whole tub of butter. Got it. This is the butter. Now we melt the butter. Put the box in the pile to be recycled. That's what you do. First round done. Still needs another 30. Also, you guys can't see it, but I actually keep the bowls on the weigher because I like that it's up a little bit. I don't know why. That's how I do it. Next, I'm going to do the sugar so everything can start creaming together. I need 8 3/4 of an ounce of sugar. I just need normal sugar, no brown sugar. How's it looking? Looks melty to me. Okay, so maybe there's some not fully melted chunks. It'll survive. Well, how much is it? 8 3/4. 875. 875, as I said it. Perfect. I'm just gonna grab a whisk. The very special rainbow baking whisk. We're gonna cream all that together. I don't know why I got a second bowl. I don't make this with 2 bowls because I don't feel like it. So why I got a second bowl, I don't know. So that's good there. Next, keeping with the wet stuff, we're gonna add on an egg. Oh, if I don't break them, I just need 1 egg. Eggs are too expensive to be clumsy with. Make sure that's all mixed in. It's precious cargo fin. And then last would be vanilla extract. That's lemon. Don't put lemon in. Mommy likes lemon stuff, but not a sugar cookie. 1 tablespoon. 3 of these. I think I said this in another video, but something I learned is most caps are a teaspoon. So And 3 teaspoons is a tablespoon. So I just did 3 cups full. And that's our wet stuff all mixed together. Ow! I'm running into things now. Okay, so now we're gonna go up. We're gonna add a half teaspoon of xanthan gum. That's another reason I like the cream cheese, because it doesn't have any gums in it, so I'm not worried about adding too much gum into my baking things. Also, when I do things like this where I build it all in one bowl, I don't do the wet and dry separate. I mix every ingredient in individually. So I don't do all the wet and then I add all the dry just on top and mix it in one go. I mix between each step. This makes me feel better about it. I don't think there's really anything fancy about it. Baking soda! How much? Another half. For a second I thought that was a fourth and I was like, oh no, I didn't add enough. No, I just read the spoon wrong. Which is a happy accident. Now baking powder. How much powder? A whole teaspoon. Much more. Into the bowl. I like the texture. Turn the weigher back on. We need flour. We need 2 types of flour. We have the normal baking flour. We need 8 ounces. Be careful to stir. I should have done 4 ounces and 4 ounces, but I didn't think that far ahead. This is the therapy part of baking. Things get hard and you have to put in all your anger into it. Ah! Makes you feel good. And next is almond flour. Now, the almond flour is in here to help with the chew. So, I don't know if I said this, but we're still making recipes out of the How Can It Be Gluten-Free Cookbook from America's Test Kitchen. These are their chewy sugar cookies. And I need scissors. And one of the things I really like about this cookbook, if you haven't watched any of my videos making stuff from this cookbook before, is it actually gives a very detailed explanation for pretty much all of the ingredients. So if there's like a wacky ingredient that doesn't make sense to be in it, like why do you actually need almond flour? Why can't I just use normal flour? It actually tells you the importance of each thing, and as well as if there is a suitable replacement. Yeah, we put the almond flour in to help with the chewiness. It gives it a little bit more moisture than the other types of cookies in this recipe, or in this cookbook. So we need 4 ounces of almond flour, as I put in almost 5. Here, like you can see just like the texture, it already holds together. And if you've never felt almond flour before, it already feels kind of damp. Like I can already it's kind of like slightly dry kinetic sand is like the best way I can describe it. So it helps a lot with adding moisture into recipes. So that's a lot of the reasons people will use almond flour in gluten-free recipes. But we now have 4 ounces, so we need to mix it all together. Starting to think I'm going to need to abandon the whisk. Opt for a more like a spatula to mix this. So everything's falling apart. Let me at least try and get as much of it off as possible. Okay. Definitely didn't eat it raw. You didn't see that. I have my Mickey little spatula here. And we are just going to work it in until all the flour is incorporated. And that'll be that for the ingredients. As you can see, it's quite sticky right now. So now we do what we do with all the dough recipes. We let it sit for 30 minutes. And that is, again, if you've never watched these videos before, we wait 30 minutes because we need to make sure all of the flour and everything gets fully not incorporated, fully absorbs all of the moisture and stuff in it, because this is not normal flour, this is gluten-free flour. It's a very important part, it's a very important step to this baking process. So I have these clear shower cap looking things. I'm just going to put it over a bowl to sit. This one specifically says just to leave out to the side. Sometimes it specifies putting it in the fridge. This one doesn't, so I'm just gonna let that sit for 30 minutes and we can do some baking. Or we can bake them. We'll have one more step, then we can bake them. I'll get to that when we come back. It has now been 30 minutes. It's time to scoop the cookies. I am just going to be baking 6, and I'm going to be freezing the rest. So, just have a little tray for the 6 we're going to bake, and then we'll get a bigger tray to freeze the rest. Get my cookie scoop. My cookie scoop. That's the little cookie scoop. Where's the big cookie scoop? Oh, I see it. I found it. This cookie scoop is about 2 tablespoons. Just gonna pop them right on tray. Now, in this recipe, it does say to roll them in granulated sugar before you put them in the oven. I don't do that just because I kind of like them as they are. They are much more like an almond cookie when you don't do that. With the sugar on the outside, they taste more like a sugar cookie. But we like the almond in this house. You can see. Here they are. I'm gonna put it in our little Ninja here. Set it to bake. We want 350 for how long? 12 to 14 minutes. Do 13. Keep it easy. Now we get a big tray. Just a slightly bigger tray. This should be good. Because we're freezing them, they don't expand at all. I don't need to space them the same. I can just plop them on right next to each other. Just as long as they're not touching. If they touch, they freeze as friends. We don't want that. So I freeze cookie dough just like raw like this because that's what the book recommends, but also because any gluten-free baked good just goes bad in like a day, or at least goes stale if you freeze the dough instead of having to eat 24 cookies, which is about what this recipe makes, and having to eat that in the matter of 3 days. You can have them spread out for a whole week. And they get to be fresh, warm out of the oven every day. And you don't have to stand here and bake every day. Not everybody has time for that. Okay, it looks like I might have given them all too much room. I think I'm going to need to move a few of them around. I think I have at least 2 more cookies. And I'm out of room on my tray. Move these. I can probably put 2 there. Oh, I think I might actually be able to get 3 cookies. Be able to squeak out 1 final cookie into the freezer. It's janged in there, but it's in there. And now we wait for the cookies. And we put this in the dishwasher because we clean up after ourselves. See when the cookies are done. Here they are. They turned out very well. I remember the last time I made these in the Ninja, I actually had to cook them for 15 minutes. So, not 13, 15. But yeah. Cheers. Without the sugar coating, they're not as sweet, which is how we prefer them. So, these are perfect. Vin thinks they're his. You can have them. He's looking at me begging. But yeah, that was this week's video. I hope you enjoyed baking with me. If you baked along, I hope your cookies turned out well.
If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. On screen now are my social media handles if you'd like to see more day-to-day things that I get up to. And with that, I will see you next week for a brand new video. Bye.